Okay, here's a look at FansToys FT-55b, the other three cassette minions that go with Blaster. And now we have all four. So here's just a quick look, and you could see these guys, they all look really nice. So as always, let's first take a quick look at the box. So here's a look at the front of the box with the nice artwork, which seems a little dark, and then the back with the bio, which you do have to zoom in and pause and read that if you're curious. But you do get some nice product images: Steeljaw, Ramhorn, and Eject. Really nice. So that's a look at the box. And now let's go over the accessories. So the only accessories that you get here is with Eject, the nice gold-plated gun there, which splits in half for transformation. But there's some issues with it, which I'll point out. And then you do get Ramhorn. He doesn't come with any accessories because those gold-plated missiles there, they are incorporated in the transformation. Same thing with Steeljaw, the wings and the gun. So really nice. This set looks really nice. And then something else that you get are these cassette holders, which I don't think it's really practical, but I think maybe these are a play gimmick. So if you remember what the cassettes are, I guess you could transform it and pretend like you're putting the cassettes away or something. But like I said, I don't think it's really practical. I don't think anyone's going to use it. And if you saw my unboxing review, I pointed out, you know, this yellow sticker dot here. I mean, it's interesting. I don't know what that's for, because Steeljaw, you would think that's for Steeljaw, but Steeljaw fits in these other ones, and the other cassettes fit in this one. So I have no idea what that's for, but this is something else that you get. And then you do get, of course, the bio cards, but now you have all 5 bio cards. So this is really cool. These are my favorite. And now this is complete. So let's just quickly go over them. So here is Blaster's bio card, and I already pointed out many times, I think this is a bad design using the credit card shape, because there isn't enough room back here for the bio. Also, the only way you could read it is if you zoom in and pause and read that if you're curious to know what it says. And what's cool is you get their name up here. So Blaster is recorder. And then he also came with Rewind. Same thing, nice bio card on the plastic, but bad design in the credit card shape, because you do have to zoom in and pause and read that if you want. So very difficult here. But that's a look at that and his specs down there. And then the new cards, we do get Eject or Erase, which is nice. And the back, the same thing. You do have to zoom in to be able to read all of it. But this one's a little bit harder to read for some reason. I don't know why. It almost looks like a Asian calligraphy. But anyways, that's Eject. And then Steeljaw or Loudspeaker, which is really nice. Same thing, you do have to zoom in and pause and read that if you want. Really hard to read on these cards, but that's a look at that one. And the last one, Ramhorn or Amplifier. And the back here, you do have to zoom in and pause and read that if you want. But all these cards are really nice still. The nice plastic, and get some product images, the tech spec. So this is what you get. Now it's all complete. And then of course the instructions. which is done in the nice booklet style, which I really appreciate. And you open it up, you see the contents here, and they go straight into the transformation, and you could see they do a really nice job on their detail drawings. But what's interesting is you don't really need this anymore, since they do make their own videos, which, you know, they can actually save money by not making this, by just making instruction videos, and maybe even lower the cost of the figures, which would be really nice. Okay, and then you got the QR code to that video transformation. So that's a look at everything that you get. And so now let's take a closer look at these figures. So let's start with Eject here, and we don't need to go over Rewind because it's basically the same thing. But yeah, you could see this is a really nice figure. It's look at that nice head sculpt, all the detail, the 4-pack, nicely sculpted. It feels really good. The die cast and the typical FansToys, you know, you do get some tight joints. And I don't really need to go over the articulation. I mean, you probably heard me mention in my other videos already. I don't think you need to go over articulation unless there's something important to point out, such as here there is no bicep swivel. So that's important to take note of, because you don't want to accidentally break it by trying to manipulate this when it does not rotate. But the hands do go in and out for transformation. Thighs go up and down using that nice hip thigh integration, knees bend, and you do get ankle rocker, toe tilt up and down. So good amount of articulation. And what I was pointing out with this gun, this I think is a really bad design, how they made it so that you pull this out, which is cool. So you can, when you transform it to cassette, you could put it in the legs, store it away. But because this is such a small little piece, like my thumb size, yeah, it doesn't function very well. I mean, you run into a lot of issues with it. So I'm just sharing that. That's not a good design. I mean, that's probably why the other versions, they're just one sculpt and it's painted. But anyways, just wanted to share that. But in terms of the figure, this looks really nice, especially with the Autobot symbol, because then now you got that red accent that looks nice. That makes it look more cartoon accurate. So that's a look at Eject. And then Ramhorn here. This is a nice figure, but if you saw some other video reviews, there's definitely some issues with this, with how tight this is. I think I can maybe try to point it out now so you could see. You see that gap there in the pin and the gap, so you know how this manipulates. This pulls out at a diagonal. So when you're trying to pull this out, you just have to know that you have to pull it back at a diagonal, pulling it back and out. So that's something important to take note of. But you could see, look at how the nice painted there, those, I don't know what that's called, but they do a nice job. And this of all three of them seems to have the most issues in terms of the transformation design, because you know, this, look at these, don't really tab in. But I don't want to start getting nitpicky with my criticism, because the good thing, I mean, look at this. This looks really cool, and it's definitely cartoon accurate with the eyes, the white of the eyes with the black. It's very cartoon accurate. The horn is not painted gold, so that's cartoon accurate. The feet and stuff. This is a really nice job. And the Autobot symbol, which makes it look really nice and cartoon accurate. And then last is Steeljaw. So this one, I want to point out just more of my nitpicking criticism, but he should not have a belly. I mean, you see, if you cut it out, it should curve up. So it looks like he just had a big lunch here because his belly is sticking out there. But anyways, you could see this is a nicely sculpted figure, very cartoon accurate, the detail, the Autobot symbol. And look at the, I forgot what those are called, but they painted that gray. You do get some articulation with the jaw. And I forgot to mention, you do get articulation with the head, so that's really cool. The gold-plated wings and guns here, really nice. Transformation, yeah, it's I'm gonna say, you know, I think FansToys did a really nice job considering these are really small figures, and they're trying to still keep that cartoon aesthetic. So taking those into consideration, I think they did a really nice job. So that's just a look at these figures. And so now this is not a comparison video, but there was the previous version by KFC, right, if you remember, which I have over here. So these, in all fairness, are the older figures in the older Masterpiece style. So you could see he does have wider shoulders there. I think that's more like the IDW style or something. And you do get two guns, which is to kind of replicate the original G1 toy. And then just getting a look at them. So that's a look at that Ramhorn, and here's Steeljaw, which these guns and wings are silver, but I actually painted it gold. So that's just typical of the old style. And they are remaking them, which if you saw my unboxing video, I canceled my pre-orders for this because their new version, I don't like all the pins on the Ramhorn, and after seeing the reviews, I think the FansToys is better. But you also get these cassette holders in these nice colors, which are cool, and the accessories, I think, for cartoon and IDW head. So that's a look at that. And then we do have the originals. So here are the originals. So you could see they do come with two guns, and these are very basic. And then you also, with these, you also get these old cassette holders. But here's a look at the original G1. So I mean, these are cool for what it is. I mean, these are parts forming, but yeah, you could see what these look like. And you know, they always have like these features. I mean, these are cool. I mean, this pop-up feature, just like their Rumble and Frenzy, how the head pops up during this transformation, this like automorph. So that's really cool. That would have been cool if they could have incorporated that, but that's asking too much. But that's a look at the original G1. So now let's just do this. Just to finish off the robot mode, let's just take a quick comparison of these guys with the other versions. So like I said, there was first the original G1. And then I'm not bringing out the other Chug versions and stuff, but by I think Perfect Effect or something. But yeah, here you could see these guys, the original G1 with his foot pointed in, the KFC version, which was the older Masterpiece style, and then the new version, which is the best of all of them, I think, because it's very cartoon accurate. So speaking of the cartoon accuracy, let's compare this with the animation model. So let's bring him up here, And let's compare this with the animation model. So you could see they did a nice job capturing the cartoon aesthetics. And then even the back view, which there's a huge gap here. Back does not clean up very well at all, but yeah, all things considered, I think it's cool, especially when nobody really poses their figures in the back. So that's a look at the Eject. And then we could just quickly go over rewind. Just, you know, just for the sake of seeing what this looks like, because it's basically the same. But here's a look at all three, and in terms of the cartoon aesthetics, just comparing this also with the cartoon aesthetics. And I want to point something out too. Yeah, I think FansToys forgot to paint the inner part of his chest. So what I did was I just, you know, painted it in to the best that I could to be a little bit more cartoon accurate. And then the back view, like I already pointed out, it's really messy with all this hollow gap, but you know, it's good for what it is. And then we got Steeljaw. This is really cool. The original version. And the KFC, which they do have their 2.0 version, but I canceled that one. So, and here's something with the original G1. You could see how thin it is, and you could see how they designed the transformation to thicken them up. So, but yeah, that's just, you know, the way it was back in the 80s. But here's a look at all three. And then in terms of the cartoon accuracy, let's take a look. I mean, I think they did a nice job, even though he does have a full belly. So you could see, for the most part, yeah, I think it's pretty good. I think the mane could have been lifted up a little bit higher, but that Autobot symbol definitely gives it a nice accent with the red. And then even the back view, you could see. Yeah, I think overall they did a really nice job. And then last we have Ramhorn. I mean, this guy, I think this guy looks cool. I mean, he does have issues with in terms of like transformation and stuff like that. But here's a look at all three together. And I didn't bring out the deformation space one because that one everyone knows. That one was not too good. But here's a look at all three of them. And again, I canceled my KFC pre-order for their 2.0 because it has all those pins in there. But yeah, that's a look at that. And then let's just go ahead and compare this with the animation model. So you could see, yeah, they did, again, a really nice job capturing the cartoon aesthetics. I really, you know, I despite the issues with this, I actually like the way this is sculpted, and the weight and feel of all these figures is really nice. So that's just a look at all of them in their robot mode. So let's see, I guess we can just go ahead and take a look at them in their transformation mode. So let me I'm trying to think here if I want to do it. Yeah, let's go ahead and do a transformation. So here, let's just start with Eject. So first thing is always remove the accessories, and I don't really want to do this, but you know, you do have to split this apart. So you transformation. Okay, I'm not gonna get all into the transformation, so you can kind of just see what I'm doing here. Fold up the hands, push them in, and then bring these two up together on the top. And then these lower legs, you could rotate them around 180. Same thing with the foot, lift these up, rotate them around 180. And then This is where you could put the gun, those gun pieces, but I don't want to do that. Same thing here, lift up the foot, rotate around 180. This is a really cool transformation, especially the die cast, especially how the tolerance feels really cool. Kind of lift these pieces out, which are gonna fill in here, and then you could see the little slot that goes in here. And then you could do this abs, his 4-pack, you do have to close that up, and then just that simple. Well, I forgot one last step. You do have to fold this up, which is on a double hinge, which is cool. So you get more manipulation with this part here. So now here we have them, and this looks and feels good. I mean, the die cast metal, the paint finish, I mean, it's a premium figure. The only thing is it does not have you know, the old G1 style of the sticker details, which used to come with the cassettes. If you remember, I'm dating myself here, but yeah, back in the 80s, you know, when all those old cassettes and stuff, they used to have like these stickers, which you'll see in a minute here. So this is kind of cool. So these were what the original tapes used to look like, and here you could see it's all missing. And I have a feeling that Read Pull Labels or Toy Hacks might do something maybe, but just in case you're wondering, that's that. And then I don't need to get into the KFC version, but that's that. And then do I want to go on here? Okay, let's do this. Ramhorn here. So let's see. I'm not going to explain anything. You can just kind of see what I'm doing here. I'll just kind of explain. You untab it, split this open. It's only one side has that flap that forms the top there. And then once you open that up, you can fold in, flip up his head, and fold it in like so. And then you can go ahead and you have to get these front pieces to squeeze together in the front, and then you could just move up these arms like so, and then the back, which I was telling you that angle, so you do have to push them in at that diagonal, and then you can go ahead and close these all up like so. Do the same on the other side, and then here fold in the piece flap there, and then do the same on the other side, and then fold them in, and the tail is the last thing. And now you have Ramhorn in his cassette mode. And so yeah, that's a look at Ramhorn and his G1, the parts forming. So you take out the accessories here. Very easy transformation here if you do it in the right order. But you can see, the only reason why I'm doing it is so you could see the old G1. It replicates the old G1, you know, stickers that used to, you know, be able to go on those old cassettes where you used to write whatever was recorded on there. So that's a look at Ramhorn. And last, Steeljaw. Okay, so let's see. Here, let's see, you gotta lift up these mains, but you have to kind of straighten these arms out so you have enough room to open up these mains so the shoulders of the arms are not in the way. Once you get that lifted up, then let's see, here you could fold down these wings here, then lift it up, fold down rotate the wings down and then lift this up. And let's see, straighten out his arms here, and then you can see these have to rotate up, but it's kind of blocked here, so it's this kind of have to pull it out like so from underneath. Again, right here we need to pull it out and then bring these down together like so. And then these arms, this is kind of cool how you get little tiny tabs and little tab slots there to kind of hold in. And then you even get the little circular peg that goes in that slot right there after you fold in the head, which is kind of cool. Okay, I'm doing something wrong here, but yeah, let's see. Okay, I gotta figure that part out later. And then these legs, so you could see these double hinges, which helps to widen out the figure. So now you can fold up these legs like so, and it doesn't really form a perfect shape. It's just gonna kind of sit like that. Then you can push these in on that double hinge together, this part here. And then let's see, something I'm missing here, something I'm not doing right with this last piece. Maybe I just don't have things properly lined up. Okay, there it is on a double hinge. Okay, what I didn't notice, the top piece is on a double hinge. One is to widen it out, and the other, so I'm bending it at the wrong place. So when I'm folding it down, you got to fold it down on the smaller piece. So now it tabs in, and now you have him in his cassette mode. And you know, one of the issues with this is that these things don't, all the pieces, they don't really tab in. So yeah, you just kind of have this, I mean, it does tab in here. My bad. So yeah, that's the official transformation. And then last, let's come over here, the G1, remove the parts forming accessories, and then we can push in this piece, and you can bring all this down, assemble it. And I do want to show you something, since this reminds me of something when I was little. But yeah, so here is the G1. So you could see, that's kind of cool, the detailed stickers, and you can't even read what the heck that says. But let me show you something real quick if I could find it. Yeah, just for the heck of it, I wanted to show you this. This is what I have when I was a little kid. You know, those little Japanese candies, they came with the little models, toy models and stuff. So here's a model toy version of Steeljaw, but he does not have the accessories, you know, the guns and the wings. But these are kind of cool how you can, you know, put these model kits together, and then you have the original G1, which is really cool. It's just unfortunate this does not come with the guns and wings. But yeah, this was really cool. And they even have a sculpted Autobot symbol there. But yeah, so that's a look at all of these guys. And it's a big pile of mess I'm gonna now have to clean up. But that's my review. And you know, what I want to say is that these are really good. I really like it. It does have little issues here and there, but you know, all things considered, you know, the premium look and feel of these figures, I mean, these are really great. All of these, I mean, the die cast, the paint finish, you know, the transformation, considering it's something so small that they're trying to keep up with the hypertoon aesthetics. I think they did a really nice job. So I'm not here just giving recommendations or anything, but I'm just sharing, you know, just my thoughts and opinions on it. I really like this set. This is really nice, and I'm sure other people like it. And you know, if you're interested in it, yeah, this is definitely a must-have if you're collecting Masterpiece. So that's my review. Hope you enjoyed it. So now on to the other figures I got.